Ladies and gentlemen, hear me when I say it's not over until you win. You may be facing challenges right now, but I want you to understand something deep in your spirit. Failure is not final unless you give up. Life will challenge you. That's a truth we all know too well. It's not a matter of if, but when. Challenges come in many forms: financial struggles, personal loss, health issues, or the feeling of being stuck in a rut, unsure of how to move forward. And I know it's tough. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and every step forward feels like you're pushing against the wind. But I want you to understand something that could change the entire trajectory of your life. You have the power to overcome. It's so easy to get caught up in the difficulty of a situation and feel like there's no way out. We often focus on what's wrong and what we don't have, and on all the obstacles in our way. But when you focus solely on the problems, you forget about the strength that lies within you, the strength you have to rise in that. The power to overcome is not just some abstract concept, it's an inherent part of who you are. It's in your DNA. You've been through tough times before, and you've made it through. You've been knocked down, but you've risen again. And just like before, you can rise again now. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the power of resilience. Resilience isn't something that's given to you. It's something you build over time, one step at a time. It's in those moments when you feel like giving up, but you choose to take just one more step. It's in those moments when everything seems impossible, but you keep moving forward anyway. That's resilience. That's the power that exists within you. But here's the key. Resilience is not just about enduring. It's about adapting. It's about looking at a situation and saying, this is tough, but I'm tougher. When life challenges you, it's not just about going through the motions. It's about learning, growing, and becoming stronger as a result. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a lesson waiting to be learned. And that lesson is the key to unlocking your potential. It's important to recognize that overcoming life's challenges doesn't mean you won't have hard days. It doesn't mean you won't have moments of doubt or fear. That's natural. But those feelings don't define you. The way you respond to those feelings does. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to believe that you're not enough, that you're not capable. But I need you to understand that you are. The power to overcome is within you and is stronger than any challenge life throws your way. I've seen people just like you face seemingly insurmountable obstacles and rise above them. I've seen people who lost everything only to rebuild their lives stronger than before. I've seen people who were told they couldn't succeed, yet they went on to achieve greatness. I've seen people who hit rock bottom, but they dug deep, found their inner strength, and rose to unimaginable heights. And you know what? You can do the same. When life challenges you, it's easy to feel like the fight is out of your hands, like you're powerless. But the truth is, your circumstances don't define you. You define your circumstances. Yes, you may not control everything in life, but you always control your response. You control how you view the challenge, how you react to it, and how you rise in the face of adversity. That power is yours, and it's unshakable. Don't let the difficulties of life make you believe that you're weak or incapable. Those challenges, they're temporary. They will pass. But the strength, the lessons, and the growth you've gained from them will last a lifetime. You've faced hard times before, and you've come out the other side stronger. The same is true now. You have the power to overcome. Understand this, you will face challenges, but they do not have to defeat you. It's not about avoiding challenges or running from them. It's about facing them head on, armed with the knowledge that you have what it takes to overcome. It's about acknowledging that life may knock you down, but it doesn't have the final say. You do. You are capable. You are strong. You are resilient. And you have the power to overcome whatever life throws your way. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and face those challenges with everything you've got. Because I promise you, you've got this. Life may challenge you, but you have the power to overcome. And remember, it's not over until you win. The moment before you give up could be the moment of your breakthrough. I know that when you're in the midst of struggle, when everything feels heavy and you're exhausted from fighting, the idea of quitting can seem like a relief. It feels like a way to finally escape the pain, to stop pushing against the tide and let yourself rest. But I want to remind you of something that might change the way you look at your challenges. That moment when you're about to give up could be the exact moment when everything shifts for you. We all reach that point at some stage. It's that feeling where you put everything into something, your time, your energy, your heart, and it feels like you've hit a wall. You've tried and failed so many times that it seems like success is just out of reach. You look around and wonder why things aren't working out. You question yourself, your ability, and your worth. But what I want you to understand is that breakthroughs rarely happen when you're feeling comfortable. They often come in the moments when you feel at your lowest, when you've hit rock bottom, and when you're ready to throw in the towel. Think about the story of any successful person you admire. Think about the moments when they were at their breaking point. Think about the failures, the rejection, the moments when they thought about giving up. And yet, they didn't doubt, they pushed through. And in doing so, they experienced a breakthrough that changed everything. The reason it's so important to understand this is because in those moments of struggle, when you feel like you can't go any further, you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The reason you don't see it right in the scene is because breakthroughs don't always announce themselves with fanfare. They don't always come with a sign or a clear path. They come quietly, sometimes in the form of a lesson learned or a small shift in perspective. But you can't experience them if you give up before the moment arrives. Let me tell you something. Every challenge you face is an opportunity in disguised out when things get tough. It's easy to focus on the negative. It's easy to feel defeated and to dwell on everything that's going wrong. But there's always something to be learned. There's always something to be gained. And that's why it's so important not to quit at the very moment when you feel like you've had enough. Because if you give up then, you'll never know what you could have achieved. When you're in the midst of difficulty, it's easy to forget the bigger picture. It's easy to lose sight of why you started in the first place. But breakthroughs are born from perseverance. They come from the refusal to quit when the road gets tough, from the decision to keep going even when every part of you is screaming to stop. You see, the struggle isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're on the verge of something greater. You don't know how close you are to your breakthrough. It could be just one more effort, one more step forward, one more ounce of strength, and then everything will change. That's the beauty of persistence. That's the power of holding on just a little bit longer. It's the knowledge that when you feel like you can't go another step, you might be just one step away from the victory you've been working toward. And that victory, that breakthrough, could change your entire life. This is why it's so critical to not let the fear of failure stop you. Don't let the doubts of others or the doubts you have about yourself make you quit. You're stronger than you think. Your breakthrough is coming, but you have to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the moment when things finally click. Understand that your breakthrough may not come in the way you expect. It might not be the big, dramatic success you imagine, but it will be a moment of growth, of progress, of clarity. It may come in the form of a new opportunity, a new connection, or even a change in mindset. But that moment, the one you're so close to, will be the one that propels you to the next level. And you'll look back and realize that the reason it came when it did was because you didn't give up. You held on. You persevered. So when you're standing at that precipice, staring into the unknown, and the temptation to quit feels overwhelming, remember, the moment before you give up could be the moment of your breakthrough. Don't quit. Stay the course. Push forward. Your breakthrough is waiting and it's closer than you think. Keep going. Keep believing. You're on the verge of something incredible. Persistence is the key to success. When you're on the road to achieving your dreams, there will inevitably be moments where you feel like giving up. There will be challenges, obstacles, and setbacks will resolve and make you question whether it's all worth it. But I'm here to tell you, don't stop when things get tough. Because the moment you decide to push through, to persist, the moment you place yourself on the path to success. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you were just inches away from your goal, only to have something go wrong at the last minute? Or maybe you've put in months or even years of hard work and still the results seem to elude you. You've been knocked down time and time again, and it feels like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of effort without reward. I get it. I've been there. I'm sure you've been there too. But I want you to understand something deeply. It's not over yet, Dot. It's not over until you decide to quit, Dot. Persistence isn't about never facing setbacks. It's about the determination to rise every time you fall. It's about continuing to take steps forward even when you don't feel like it. It's about holding on to the belief that every small action you take brings you one step closer to your goal, no matter how far away it seems. Success is not something that happens overnight. It is built upon a foundation of small, consistent actions day after day, week after week. And there will be days when you feel like those actions aren't yielding results. But trust me, they are not. In fact, sometimes it's the moments when progress feels slow or when you're faced with overwhelming obstacles that you're actually closer to success than you realize. Persistence is a muscle that gets stronger with every trial, every struggle, every time you choose to keep going. Each time you push through, you learn more about yourself. You grow stronger, more resilient, and more equipped to handle the challenges that lie ahead. Now, I want you to think about some of the most successful people in history. People like Thomas Edison, who faced failure after failure while inventing the light bulb, or J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection from multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Their stories are filled with moments where they could have given up, but they didn't. They chose to persist, to continue moving forward despite the challenges and setbacks. And as a result, they changed the world. The road to success is not a straight line, Dot. It's full of twists, terrain. There will be days when you feel like you're running in place. There will be days when you feel like everything is falling apart. But it's in those moments that your persistence will set you apart from everyone else. While others give up and walk away, you'll keep going. And that is the secret to success. It's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you get back up and keep going. I know it's easy to become discouraged when things aren't going the way you planned. It's easy to feel like you've done everything right, and yet the world isn't giving you the results you expected. But don't let that stop you. Don't let temporary setbacks define your future, Dot. You have more within you than you realize. You have the strength to keep going, even when it feels like the odds are against you. Remember that no one achieves success without facing adversity. It's the persistence through adversity that leads to triumph, Dot. I've seen people who faced tremendous odds, who came from nothing, with every reason to quit, yet they didn't. They kept pushing. They kept fighting. And it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. They didn't stop when things got tough. They didn't stop when they faced rejection. They didn't stop when they encountered failure. And that's why they succeeded. The most successful people in life aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refused to give up. They understood that success isn't about perfection or avoiding failure. It's about persistence. It's about continuing to show up, to keep going, no matter how tough the journey gets. So when things get tough, when you're faced with challenges and obstacles, I want you to remember this. Persistence is the key to success. Don't stop now. Don't let fear, frustration, or doubt stop you. Keep pushing forward. Every step you take is one step closer to your breakthrough. Your persistence will pay off. Keep going, and you'll reach your destination. Stay persistent, and success will follow. Failure is only final if you choose to quit. It's not over until you win. I know it feels like failure is the end, like you've reached the limit of your abilities, and there's nothing more you can do. But I'm here to tell you that failure is not the end of your journey. It's just a part of it. In fact, failure can be one of the greatest teachers you'll ever encounter if you choose to learn from it. The only time failure truly becomes final is when you make the decision to give up, to stop trying, to quit. But as long as you're still breathing, as long as you still have the will to keep going, it's not over yet. You see, failure is not something to fear, it is something to be embraced. Every successful person you've ever admired has faced failure at some point in their life. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that the successful people never failed, it's that they didn't let failure stop them. They understood that failure was a temporary setback, not a permanent state of being. And because of that, they kept moving forward, no matter how hard it was, no matter how many times they fell, no matter how many obstacles were in their way. I know it's easy to believe that when things don't go as planned, it's a sign that you're not meant to succeed, or that maybe you're just not good enough. That kind of thinking is natural, but it's also limiting. If you let failure define you, if you let it convince you that you can't achieve your goals, then you've allowed it to become final. But I want to challenge that mindset. Failure isn't the end, it's simply a lesson, a detour that guides you to a better understanding of yourself, your work, and your path. Every time you fail, you gain valuable insights. You learn what doesn't work, and that knowledge brings you one step closer to finding what does work. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't give up after the first fall, the second fall, or even the 100th fall. They keep getting up over and over again because they understand that falling isn't failure, it's a necessary part of learning how to walk. The same principle applies to everything in life. If you're not failing, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You're not growing. Failure is a sign that you're reaching beyond your comfort zone, that you're trying new things, and that you're moving forward. But here's the key. Failure only becomes final when you stop trying. When you choose to quit, when you decide that it's too hard, when you throw in the towel and walk away, that's when failure becomes permanent. But as long as you keep going, as long as you're still working toward your goal, it's not over. You've got to keep pushing, even when it feels impossible. The path to success isn't smooth. It's full of twists, turns, and roadblocks, but every time you face a setback, it's just another opportunity to grow stronger, to learn to get one step closer to the finish line. I know it's tough. I know the weight of failure can feel unbearable at times. But understand this is not over until you win. Success is not about avoiding failure, it's about how you respond to it. It's about your resilience, your determination, and your refusal to let failure stop you from achieving your dreams. Every time you get back up, every time you try again, you're moving closer to your victory. And trust me, that victory is waiting for you. It may not come when you expect it, and it may not come in the way you think it will, but it will come. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by your ability to rise, to keep going, and to refuse to quit. As long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep putting in the work, you will win. Your success is inevitable. It's only a matter of time. So when you face failure, don't view it as the end. View it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the process. Every time you fail, you're one step closer to your goal. Keep moving forward, and eventually you will reach it. Failure is only final if you choose to quit. As long as you're still in the game, as long as you're still willing to push through, it's not over. Keep fighting, keep working, keep believing. It's not over until you win. You have strength within you that you haven't tapped into yet. You may not see it now, but I want you to understand that within you lies a well of power, resilience, and determination that is waiting to be unlocked. You've faced challenges, struggles, and setbacks in your life, and at times it may have felt like you were at your limit. But I want to tell you something. You haven't reached your limit yet. You have a depth of strength that you have yet to fully tap into. And when you do, it will change everything. We all have moments where we feel weak or overwhelmed. There are times when life's challenges seem insurmountable and we wonder if we're strong enough to handle. But here's the truth, you're stronger than you think. You've already proven that. Every time you've faced adversity and come through on the other side, you've demonstrated your strength. But the power I'm talking about goes beyond what you've already shown. There's a deeper layer of strength inside you that you have yet to uncover. Think about the times in your life when you've had to push through something difficult. Perhaps it was a personal loss, a health issue, or a financial struggle. You may have felt at your lowest, but you made it through. Maybe it wasn't easy, maybe it wasn't fast, but you did it. That alone shows you have a strength that you can rely on, even when you don't recognize it. But this strength you've tapped into so far is just the beginning dot. You have the ability to go even deeper, to push even further, to rise even higher. Life has a way of testing us. It pushes us to our limits, see what we're made of. But the truth is, you don't even know what you're made of until you face adversity. It's easy to feel strong when things are going well, when everything is falling into place. But true strength emerges when everything around you feels uncertain. It's when the storm hits and you choose to keep standing that you realize just how powerful you really are. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves. We think that we can't handle what's being thrown our way because we've never been in that situation before, or never had to dig this deep. But life will never give you more than you can handle. And when the time comes, you will find the strength you need. There is a power inside you waiting to be unleashed, a power that is just waiting for the right moment, the right challenge to come to the surface. And when it does, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Think about all the times in history people have done the impossible. Think about the great leaders, innovators, and survivors who have faced unimaginable odds and come out on top. Do you think they were born with extraordinary strength? No, they were just like you human beings with doubts, fears, and struggles. But they tapped into a well of inner strength that propelled them forward, even when they didn't think they had anything left to give. And you have that same strength within you. You may not recognize it now, but it's there. It's in the moments when you feel like quitting but decide to push on anyway. It's in the moments when you pick yourself up after a fall, even when you don't feel like you have the energy. It's in the quiet determination to keep going, even when the road seems long and the end is nowhere in sight. That strength, that resilience is always there, always within you. When you choose to tap into it, there's nothing that can stop you. The key is to believe in it, to believe in yourself. When things get tough, don't let doubt take over. Don't let fear tell you that you're not strong enough. The truth is, you're strong enough. You have everything you need inside you to overcome whatever comes your way. And the more you tap into that strength, the more you will see just how capable you really are. The journey won't always be easy. There will be times when you feel like you're walking through the fire. But remember this, the fire doesn't destroy you, it refines you. It reveals your strength, your character, and your ability to rise above the challenges that life throws at you. You have the strength to face whatever comes your way. You just need to trust in yourself, trust in your abilities, and believe that the power within you is greater than the obstacle in your path. You have strength within you that you haven't tapped into yet. And when you do, when you unlock that power, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Don't sell yourself short. Don't give up on yourself. You are capable of more than you can imagine. So when life challenges you, don't hesitate. Tap into your strength, trust in yourself, and keep moving forward. Because you are stronger than you know. True winners keep going, even when everyone else has given up. The road to success is rarely smooth, and there will be times when you feel like the whole world is against you. During those tough moments, when everyone around you is throwing the towel, it's easy to think that maybe the battle isn't worth fighting anymore. But here's the truth. The true winners, the ones who ultimately reach their goals, are the ones who keep going when everything inside of them and around them is telling them to stop. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is not that the winners never face difficulties or setbacks. It's that they don't let those challenges stop them. They recognize that the road to success is paved with obstacles, and instead of retreating in the face of adversity, they dig in their heels and press forward. Every time they encounter a barrier, they find a way to get around it, climb over it, push through it. They don't let failure define them. Instead, they use it as fuel to drive them forward. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well. It's easy to be excited when progress is clear, when you can see the results of your hard work and effort. But true growth happens when things are tough. True winners are made in the moments when the future is uncertain, when the odds are stacked against it, and when it feels like all hope is lost. These are the moments that reveal what someone is truly made of. When the going gets tough, the true winner gets going down. You see, success is not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to fail, how back up after falling, and how to keep moving forward despite the difficulties. Everyone who has ever achieved anything significant has experienced moments of doubt, frustration, and fear. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the decision to keep going, even when the odds seem impossible. When you reach that point, when everyone else around you has given up, you have a choice. You can either give in to the pressure and quit, or you can choose to keep pushing, knowing that your breakthrough might be just around the corner. There will always be people who tell you that it's time to quit, that you should stop trying, that your efforts are in vain. The world has a way of trying to pull us down, to convince us that success is reserved for the lucky or the talented. But the truth is, success is not about luck, it's about persistence. It's about refusing to accept defeat, even when everyone else is walking away. Those who quit in the face of adversity will never know what could have been. But those who keep going, who push through when things get tough, will eventually experience the reward of their persistence. Think about the most successful people in history, people like Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times for inventing the light bulb, for Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team. They didn't achieve success because it was easy. They achieved it because they kept going when everyone else would have given up. They faced rejection, failure, and disappointment, but instead of letting those things define them, they used them as motivation to keep working toward their goal. In life, you'll face your own share of challenges, and there will be times when you feel like you've hit a wall. You may feel alone, exhausted, and discouraged. But I want you to understand this: the true winners are the ones who keep going when everyone else has given up. It's not about being the fastest or the smartest. It's about having the courage to keep moving forward, even when you can't see the way ahead. The path to success is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. But if you're willing to keep going, to stay focused on your goal, you will eventually get there. Success doesn't come easy, and it's not guaranteed for everyone. But one thing is certain: those who keep going, who persist in the face of adversity, who refuse to quit, will ultimately win. Every time you press on, every time you take another step despite the challenges, you are one step closer to your victory. And when you finally achieve that victory, you will look back and realize that it wasn't the smooth moments that got you there. It was the moments that you felt like giving up, but you kept going anyway. True winners keep going when everyone else has given up, not because they don't face struggles, but because they understand that the real power lies in continuing to push forward, no matter the obstacles. You have that same power within you. You are capable of achieving greatness, not because you are immune to hardship, but because you have the strength to persevere. When it gets tough, keep going. That's the mark of a true winner. Your success is not just about reaching the finish line, but about who you become during the journey. It's easy to focus on the end goal, the big prize, the final destination. We often measure success by what we can see: the accolades, the recognition, the accomplishments. But the truth is, success is not simply a point in time or a destination you reach. Success is in the process, the growth, and the person you evolve into as you work toward that goal. What you learn along the way, the qualities you develop, and the resilience you build are just as important as the result itself. When you embark on any journey, whether it's personal, professional, or creative, the road is rarely straight. There will be bumps, detours, and obstacles. There will be moments when you question if it's worth it, and times when you doubt yourself and your abilities. But what happens during those moments of struggle? That's when you build character. Every challenge you face, every failure you experience is an opportunity to grow. These moments shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient person. And it's that person, the person you become during the journey, that will be your true success. Think about the times in your life when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you faced setbacks. Maybe you encounter roadblocks that seem impossible to overcome. But I bet looking back, you'll realize that those experiences taught you something important. They taught you lessons about yourself, about your strengths, your weaknesses, and your capacity for perseverance. They taught you how to handle adversity, how to adapt to change, and how to keep going even when things seem hopeless. These are the qualities that will serve you in every area of your life. Success isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about the person you become in the process of striving for that goal. Every day that you show up, every step you take toward your dreams, you are transforming yourself. You are becoming someone who knows how to work hard, someone who understands the value of persistence, someone who can rise after falling. You are becoming someone who understands that success isn't handed to you, it's earned through dedication, hard work, and resilience. As you continue on your journey, you will become even more capable, more competent, and more prepared for whatever challenges come your way. When we think about success, it's easy to envision the end result, the moment when you reach the finish line. But the truth is, that moment is just a small part of the bigger picture. Success is not about the destination. It's about the transformation that happens within you as you strive for that destination. The journey is where the real magic happens. It's where you learn, grow, and evolve. It's where you discover what you're truly capable of. And when you finally reach your goal, you will not only be proud of what you've accomplished, but also who you become in the process. The journey will test you. It will challenge your beliefs, push you to your limits, and force you to confront your fears. But that's the beauty of it. It's in the hard times that you discover your true strength. You will learn things about yourself that you never knew before. You will discover that you are capable of more than you ever thought possible. And that in itself is a form of success, because the person you become on that journey will be better, stronger, and more prepared for the future. Success isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. It's about setting new goals, facing new challenges, and continuing to grow. And along the way, you will continue to evolve into the person you need to be in order to achieve even greater things. So don't just focus on the end result. Embrace the journey. Embrace the challenges. Embrace the growth, because who you become during the journey is the true measure of your success. When you reach your destination, you will look back and realize that the most valuable part of the entire process was not the moment you achieved your goal, but the person you became while chasing it. You will see that the qualities you developed, the perseverance, the strength, the resilience, are the true markers of your success. And those qualities will serve you long after the goal has been achieved, as you continue to move forward toward new challenges and new heights. Your success is not just about the finish line, it's about who you become along the way, the lessons you learn, and the growth you experience. The journey is where the real success lies, and the person you are becoming through it is the true reward. Never stop believing in yourself. Your victory is just ahead. It's easy to lose sight of your potential when things get tough, when the world feels like it's pushing against you, when you face rejection or encounter setbacks. You might start to wonder if all your efforts are in vain, if maybe you're not cut out for success, or if your dreams are too far out of reach. But I'm here to tell you that the moment you stop believing in yourself is the moment you risk losing everything. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, your victory is closer than you think, and you owe it to yourself to keep going. There is a power in believing in yourself that cannot be underestimated. Self-belief is the foundation of success. Without it, no matter how talented or capable you are, you will struggle to move forward. When you believe in yourself, you unlock the potential to achieve things you never thought possible. Your belief fuels your determination, your drive, and your resilience. It gives you the strength to keep going when everyone else might be still. When the world says no, your belief says, yes, I can. It keeps you focused, even when the road is uncertain. And it helps you push through the hardest of times. There will be moments, perhaps even long stretches, when you will feel like giving up. Maybe you've worked tirelessly, poured your heart and soul into something, and still haven't seen the results you hoped for. It's easy to think that your efforts are pointless, or that maybe you're just not meant to succeed. But those thoughts are temporary, and they do not define you. The truth is, the victory you're seeking is often just beyond the horizon, hidden behind the very obstacles you're facing right now. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is the unwavering belief that something better is coming, even when you can't see it yet. Think about all the times in history When people who were told they couldn't make it, people who were told to give up kept going anyway. Whether it was in sports, business, or personal challenges, the most successful people were not those who never faced failure, but those who continued despite it. They refused to let their circumstances define their future. They believed in themselves when no one else did. And that belief carried them to places they never thought possible. You have that same power within you. Your journey might be long. Your struggles might be many, but if you keep believing in yourself, you will eventually find your way. Believing in yourself doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't encounter obstacles or face setbacks. What it means is that no matter what happens, you have the strength and resilience to keep moving forward. It means knowing that you are capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. It means understanding that the hard times are part of the process, not the end of the road. And when you keep your belief strong, you start to see opportunities where others see walls. You start to find solutions where others see problems. Belief in yourself turns obstacles into stepping stones. There will be times when the world seems to be against you, when it feels like every door is closed, every roadblock is bigger than the last, and every effort you put in doesn't seem to yield any results. But it's in those moments when everything feels hardest that your victory is closest. It's in those moments that the most growth happens, even if you can't see it yet. Every struggle you face, every setback you encounter is preparing you for something greater. The journey isn't always a straight path, and the destination isn't always obvious. But if you keep going, if you keep believing, you will reach your victory. Don't be discouraged by the challenges. They are not signs of failure. They are signs that you're on the right track. You are being tested, refined, and prepared for the success that is just ahead. The key is to keep your belief in yourself strong, even when it feels like the world is telling you to quit. Believe in yourself, even when no one else does, because your belief is what will carry you through to the other side. It's what will keep you moving when the road is tough, and it's what will help you stand tall when others doubt you. Your victory is not a matter of luck or chance. It's a result of your persistence, your hard work, and your belief in yourself. The world may not always recognize your efforts, and people may question your path, but none of that matters. What matters is that you keep believing in yourself. Keep believing that you have the strength to make it through, that you have the ability to succeed, and that your dreams are worth fighting for. The finish line may seem far off, but remember, your victory is just ahead. Keep believing so you can believe, because your breakthrough is closer than you realize.